Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So the Queen is under ever increasing pressure to strip Meghan and Harry of their royal titles. The whole royal family is receiving the backlash and the brunt of the crap and the mess that Meghan and Harry left in their wake. Meghan Markle is being dragged online and she is being referred to as a very sinister, devilish character. I'm not really going to elaborate any further on that terminology because people feel the way they feel and it's understandable. Meghan has done a lot of things to warrant people feeling that way about her. So this article is by The Express, one of my favourite publications, and it is titled Meghan and Harry should be stripped of all titles and patronages. Queen is being played. And you know what? I actually believe that that should be the case. I think that them getting the chance to keep their patronages is actually rather unfair and it maintains their relevancy out in America. Now, they said that they didn't want to be here, which is perfectly fine. The way they went about leaving was totally unacceptable. And what's even more unacceptable is the fact that they get to have these rather significant royal privileges. Because they have kept their patronages, I believe Meghan has 4 and Harry has many more than her. He has about 12. It comes across as though they never really stepped down. But they have stepped down because they're not doing any of the work that they would have to do if they still had that senior royal kind of formal job description. They are getting to have their cake and eat it too. They're getting to have the best of both worlds, have the royal seal of approval and status without doing any of the work. How exactly does it serve the patronages that Meghan and Harry represent when they are all the way out in the United States of America? It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I do agree that everything should be removed from them as of immediate effect. Whether that happens, who knows? Only time will tell. So I'm going to get into this article. Meghan and Prince Harry should be stripped of all their royal titles and patronages. An express.co.uk poll has found. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced their plans to step down as senior members of the royal family over a year ago. And to mark the Megxit anniversary, express.co.uk conducted a poll on how the couple are perceived by its readers. The poll, which comprised 5 questions, found Britons were heavily opposed to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex keeping any royal links. 3 questions in the exclusive poll related specifically to Meghan and Harry's official titles and patronages. The first asked, should Harry and Meghan keep their HRH titles? 92%, which is 23,717 people voted no, with 7%, 1,777 people voting yes, and just 1%, 293 people opting for don't know. So you can see the disparity in the yes and the no groups. 90% of people pretty much do not want Meghan and Harry to have any HRH, and I'm sure that they feel the same way about their patronages as well. Over here, it is a very big issue. It's a very, very, very extremely large problem with this couple maintaining any links to the UK because they've been one big disappointment and a very expensive letdown. They didn't deliver on any of their promises to represent the firm or to represent Britain in a good light. And I have to substantiate that a lot of people feel as though Meghan Markle was Prince Harry's undoing and is the cause of Prince Harry's undoing. Some people on social media are even referring to her as a very toxic, vile force in Harry's life. And if you look at Harry's life and the way in which he has degenerated, you can see that she hasn't had a very positive effect on the poor lad. I think that the Queen really needs to put her foot down and she really needs to push her love for her grandchild to the back burner because it doesn't serve anyone, especially not her or the Cambridges, William and Kate, who are meant to be the future of the monarchy. They are being undermined and overshadowed by the negative impact of the Harry and the Megxi. So I'm going to continue on here. When the couple stepped down, it was agreed that they could no longer use their HOH titles, but they would still be known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which makes no sense because essentially they are using those titles just by using the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and they shouldn't be. It continues on here. The second question related to the military titles the Duke was stripped of after splitting from the firm and asked, should the Queen return Prince Harry his 3 honorary military titles? The vast majority, 89%, which was 22,965 people, voted no, with 9%, 2,205 people selecting yes. Just 2%, 598 people opted for don't know. And I understand those metrics and the outcome of that poll because Harry should feel some kind of punishment. It seems as though he's gone unpunished and it's simply not fair, and Meghan has definitely gone unpunished. She didn't even spend 5 minutes in the firm and yet she caused so much damage to their reputation internationally, globally, and Britain's reputation just with the short period of time, the short stint that she actually spent pretending to try and live as a royal member of higher British society. So he definitely should be punished. I'm 110% in support of that. He should never ever see those military titles ever again. So it continues on here. The third question asked if Meghan and Harry should be allowed to retain their patronages as the Megxit deal enabled the pair to hold on to their existing patronages. 90%, which was 23,184 people, voted no, with 7%, 1,841 people voting yes, and 728 people voted don't know. The poll was carried out from January the 15th to the 20th and saw 25,974 people respond. Readers then took to the comments to explain why they thought Meghan and Harry should be stripped of all titles and patronages. One person wrote, they said they were leaving to make their own way and demanded privacy. Now they are all over the media and taking millions on the back of a past they wanted nothing to do with. Pure hypocrisy and greed removed their titles, and that is true. Do you guys remember when Harry gave that interview with Meghan, I believe it was, and he said that the Commonwealth has to look into its very dark, tragic past, or something along the lines of that, and there was an outcry about it because he was effectively dragging his own family legacy through the mud, and he was effectively trying to trash the Commonwealth and the way in which it was founded. And yes, the Commonwealth does have a very painful past. It was forged in it was forged in a painful way, okay? Even me, as a woman of colour, as a black British woman, I recognise the foundation of the Commonwealth, how it was formed, and how a lot of the countries ended up being within the Commonwealth. But the Queen and the rest of the royal firm are tirelessly working. They've made it their life's mission to try and turn that dark past around and turn it into something positive, which I think that it's not perfect, but what is perfect? For Harry to say that when his only claim to fame is being a member of the royal firm was just completely out of line, and it was definitely a betrayal of his grandmother and his father and his brother and his sister-in-law and everyone else involved in the firm, all the other family members, because it's a group effort. It's going to take a lot of hands to make right with all of the wrongdoing that was done in the past. and he just hasn't supported any efforts towards any kind of real progress or progression or growth of the firm. All he's done is taken them 10 steps back. So before I end the video here, I'm just going to continue on a little bit with what they actually wrote in the article. Another reader said, Harry and Meghan Markle should be stripped of all titles and patronages, and furthermore, he should be removed from the line of succession. They have insulted the Queen and country and maligned William and Catherine. It's long overdue for the Queen to strip these two hypocritical grifters of all titles and patronages. They should not be allowed to continue to sponge off of the British taxpayers who continue to fund their lavish lifestyle, including the costs of their security, travel and other perks. Pathetic. A third wrote, they have decided to make their home in the USA, so therefore they live as Americans. Americans do not have royalty. And I'm going to leave it there. The article was pretty much finished anyway. Tell me what you think, guys. Do you think that Meghan Markle's devilish persona has been the undoing of